Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse, Counts Marine, the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, and Avery Superstore.
Hey, good Saturday morning. We better get this thing going because I'm not sure Gene Smith's going to make it through over here without me doing some kind of chokehold on him. He's
no CPR, please.
Oh no mouth to mouth.
That's
I can
right.
tell you that for a fact.
He's dreaming about hot dogs out at Counts Marine.
Now he's heading out to Counts Marine. That would be very good for him. And Dave Gabbard, you heard his voice. He is up at Sparta, Illinois, along with about 1,000 shooters up there.
Up here at the U.S. Open.
Yes, at the U.S. Open.
I'm trying to break a target or two. You know.
You think this? You think?
I know you're next.
You think the next guy has broken a target or two?
I think, this guy, you know, I was joking with Gene and y'all a little bit earlier in the show that since I retired, you know, one of my part-time jobs is emptying shotgun shell.
Yeah.
And but your next guest, he does it on, I would say, on a major level.
You think he's shot a few shotgun shells in?
I believe he has.
Yes, he has. And who better to tell us how many he shot? I'm sure he keeps the record for the IRS. That's a good friend, Vincent Hancock, a three-time Olympian. Hey, Vincent, how we doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Always good to talk to you, bud. Vincent Charles Hancock, this is your life. How you like that? You can handle that. You're living the dream. Let's talk about it, buddy. I know back in Korea earlier this year, you won your second International Shooting Sports Federation World Cup gold medal. The fire is still there. I can tell. You're still at it. 30 years old. You pinch yourself sometimes.
Every now and again.
You do, don't you?
Just thinking about the opportunity that I have to get to go out and do what I love every day, it's definitely pinch-worthy, that's for sure.
Well, first you had to get through the military part, and that's something you never forget, right?
Well, never. That helped me grow up really quickly. I joined when I was 17 when I was still in high school.
I didn't know that. So
I went through basic training between my junior and senior year of high school, so it made me into a man really quick, and learned that there are a lot of other things in life outside of what a high school kid can think of. So it prepared me for what I was going to experience, going to my first Olympic, or trying to make my first Olympic team, and then going to my first Olympics and competing for it there.
Well, I know growing up, we're in Georgia. Didn't you grow up in Georgia?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Eaton's in Georgia.
Now, are you still, where do you living in Fort Worth? Where do you living now?
We are in Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay.
We've been here for about 5.5 years now.
That's what I thought,
we
yeah.
Definitely did not think that we were going to enjoy Texas as much as we have, but I can officially say now, as much as I love Georgia, and I love the South in general.
Watch it now.
I absolutely love Texas. It has been an amazing experience for us and for our girls.
Well, Vincent, I know three-time Olympic shotgunner at the skeet part and back-to-back gold medals. We can talk about that at Beijing and London. I don't know, we've talked to you about what happened at Rio and how that has maybe spurred you on. A lot of your fans, and you have many fans in the Memphis area, which has a great shooting community here with a wonderful facility and things along that line. And they all asked me when they heard I've got you on, talk about are you ready to go back?
Oh, absolutely. So I took a year off.
I know you did.
2016.
Yeah.
And didn't travel overseas in 2017. And since the end of 2016, my last two matches were the Olympics and the World Cup final. I think I finished in fourth or fifth in that World Cup final after the Olympics. And the Olympics was the only final that I hadn't made in 2 years at that point. And then taking off 2017, and now since I've come back, every world competition I've been to in the last 2 years, I've won.
Right.
So I've won 5 World Cups in a row. I've got the World Championships as well. And leading up into it, I just kind of I continually feel better. I'm actually having fun again. That's
there you go.
Big
Okay,
thing.
yeah.
I guess that taking that time off and just after having lost the Olympics, as strange as it may sound, it was almost like a burden was lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Because the expectation was for me to go back there and win it again, and I had high expectations. I mean, I'm not going to go somewhere unless I expect to win, and I certainly did there. But I was just a little off, and I wasn't right. My mind wasn't in the right spot, and unfortunately, I didn't get it done. But I have every confidence in myself now that as much fun as I'm having, going out and practicing every day and traveling overseas and competing at a really high level, just breaking almost everything that I'm looking at because I'm having fun again. That kind of reinvigorates the idea of, you know what, I'm going to go and make the next Olympic team, and I'm going to go back to the Olympics and show everybody that this is where I belong and this is what I'm meant to do.
How did you get to make it fun again? What did you do to? You've talked about it. I think you've told us on this show before that, but I don't think that we really ask you after what happened in Rio. How did you get yourself back to where it's going to be fun again?
Well, there's a couple things. One of the biggest was being able to actually take some time off and take that year off in 2017.
Okay.
To actually spend time with my family.
Okay.
And I think that was the biggest thing that was a hurdle for me. Was ever since we started our family, which my oldest daughter is going to be turning 9 in a couple months.
Oh, really?
I've been on the road.
Bailey
nonstop.
Bailey is 9, and Brenlin is, how old is she now?
She's 7. And if you ask her, she's almost 8. Although she just turned 7 like 2 months ago.
Okay, and Rebecca's taking care of those for you. I know that. But so talk about your time off. You got to spend time with your kids, your wife. So during that time, you kind of step back, and sometimes we have to do that. Was that hard?
No, honestly, I was ready for it. I was physically and mentally exhausted after 2016, and I needed the time to be able to step back and be a husband, be a father, and actually set myself up the way that I needed to be. Put my priorities first, which were family, faith and family were first, and then shooting could take a second seat. And I didn't really know how to do that without completely stopping. And so when I took all that time off, it was about 7 months, and started to come back, I was able to say, okay, I can continue to be this guy, this loving husband, loving father, and still be able to go out to the range and shoot and enjoy it and have fun. And it was almost like a new experience for me because I'd taken off so long. I'd never taken off more than 2 months at the most.
Wow. Yeah.
And so 7 months felt like 2 years.
Well, you've been at it a while. If I'm not mistaken, you told me you kind of started when you were a teenager. I mean, what are you, 30 now? Is that right? Are you 30?
I'm 30. I started shooting when I was 10.
10.
I started the Olympic discipline when I was 12. So I've been doing this for a while.
So the time was there. What did you do? I mean, I understand what you're saying, but there's that competitiveness in you. I mean, it comes from your time in the Army. I mean, when you were a sergeant, the U.S. Army marksman. I remember you telling us that. So was it easy to do this, or was it a little bit difficult at first, and it got easier as the time went on?
Well, it was easy to take the time off, believe it or not. It never was before, but this time it was. And just because I think I was ready. I was really ready. I was at a point in my career where I said, okay, I know I want to keep shooting, but at the same time, do I really want to? Do I need to do it right now? Yeah. And the answer was no. You need to be home. You need to be with your family. So that's what I did. And so that part was easy for me. And then coming back, I thought that it might take a little bit of time for me to kind of get back in the groove of things. To just okay, this is how you shoot a gun again. And
but you're not going to have to do that. No.
Within 2 weeks, I was shooting better than I was when I stopped.
All right.
Really?
And it was one of those things where I'm like, I was completely invigorated. I'm like, wow, my body's actually working the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Apparently I've forgotten all the bad habits.
There you go. There you go.
Now you can just work on building yourself up and making it better.
Well, I don't know how you did what you did during those time frames. You even got a degree. I know you're a Troy man, so I know that. So you made sure you got that degree, I think, in business management, and so now Vincent Hancock, and I know Dave Gabbard is listening on the line from Sparta, Illinois. Have you ever been to Sparta, Illinois, Vincent?
I have. I've only been up there once, and it was for the SCTP National Championships a few years ago.
Well, Dave is up there competing with a lot of other people. And Dave, you heard what Vincent said, and I know you've kept up with Vincent's career. We all think Vincent's got to be at least 50 by now. You know, I mean, so.
And I don't think your listening audience realizes how much mental discipline is involved. You know, I'm up here, you know, shooting at, you know, what they call American Trap. Walk out here, you know, got targets that's flying about 42 miles an hour, you know. And, but you walk out there on an Olympic skeet field, and number one, you know, the targets are like on steroids, you know, getting thrown out of them houses, and they're shooting shells that, you know, most of the competitors up here, they shooting. If you looked at their ammo, they're shooting 1.8 ounces blows, you know, of shot.
Yeah.
You know, Vincent's walking out there breaking targets with a shell that don't hardly even have 7/8 of an ounce of shot in it.
Oh, well, see, Vince, you don't. Does that doesn't cross your mind, does it?
Not anymore. But you know, at the beginning, you're like, oh man, coming from sporting clays, shooting 1 1/8 or 1 ounce when I was younger,
yeah,
and then transitioning into this full time, you're sitting here like, man, these shells don't kick at all, which is awesome. It seems I could shoot more.
Yeah.
But the other thing was, you know, we're shooting a lot less BBs,
Mm-hmm.
and so I made an effort at the very beginning to say, okay, what are we missing from going down in amount of shot that we have?
Yeah.
And that's the density of the pattern.
Right.
So basically what I looked at was on a patterning board at about 20 meters, roughly, for both of my shots, really 19 and 21 meters, finding a choke that had no holes with 7/8 ounce. A lot of people freak out when I tell them that I shoot improved cylinder on the bottom and modified in the top. But that's because we shoot pairs all the way around in every station. And we don't have any holes in our patterns, or I don't have any holes in my pattern with those chokes. So it seems really tight to others, but really what all I'm looking for is not to absolutely crush a target, which I can get some puffs on targets.
Yeah.
I will say that. Tight
Okay.
chokes will do that for you, but biggest thing is I don't want a target flying through my pattern. And if I was shooting 1.8 ounces or 1 ounce, I would most definitely open up my chokes. So that way I could, you know, be able to have a wider pattern.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't want to take the risk of a target, especially because our targets are narrower and they're harder to break anyways. You want to put as many BBs on that thing as possible.
Well, you've put a lot of BBs on a lot of targets, I can tell you that, in your career, and we wish you nothing but success, Vincent. I know the Olympics will be here before you know it, buddy, and I know that the preparation and all the time that you have spent on this, and it's you're a great representative for Beretta and, of course, for the United States, and we at Outdoors with Larry Ray salute you, buddy, and just keep going. And thank you for taking.
Can't go wrong with Beretta.
Yeah, can't go wrong with Beretta. Can't go wrong with Vincent Charles Hancock. Okay, I got your whole name in there, so all right. Hey, thank you, Vincent. Have a great day, and we'll stay in touch. Okay, man?
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Always good to talk to you. All right, let's take a break. Come right back, and we'll close out this show with Hard Act to Follow with Vincent Hancock on Outdoors with Larry Ray.